I put a phone in the soda that's dope. Baby on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang. Baby on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang. Nothing better than a professor. Watch him cook up coolin'. Big G, can't forget my nigga Mike Cooley. Keep it high like a pot of carrot. Sweet as Mayberry. Question is she single? Is she single? We'll find out when I call and I be geeking off G. Laughing till I'm nauseous. Caution, they going all in. Leaving no stones unturned, no topic untouched. They love the cuss and they fuck shit up. Brother, I keep my money right. Make sure you keep that money right. Make sure you keep that money right. Glam sham, keep the jewelry tight, make sure you keep it. We on weekly, make sure you peep it. Matt King, state of mind, the best kept secret. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, so do it. Introduce it, the gang and Mike Cooley. We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang. We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang.
You are tuned in to the Cooley and the Gang Show on Blockworks Radio.
Numbers 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
2.
2.
2.
They should call this the Baltimore Day. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, Nick.
I refuse to say it.
Oh,
surely the opening line to that song is a classic. The professor cooking up Cooley, because Professor, he be cooking your ass up.
Just knocked the lamp over. My bad. Open the line to what song?
Damn, never mind, Mike.
The lamp fell. I was trying not to start a fire. Shit.
Do lamps still start fires, bro?
I ain't trying to find out, Nick. Shit.
Shannon gonna whoop his ass.
Shit. Well, I ask no too many goddamn questions. Shout out, what's up, everybody, for the early show. Everybody, take a second before we get started. Bring your friend in. Hit that share button. Hit that love. Like I said, it's 22 twos. Today is 22 twos. Classic song. That's a classic. G wouldn't think so, but it's definitely a classic. What song were y'all talking about? The beginning of what song?
The opening song. The
intro.
Our song. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that song's tough.
Whatever song do you know where they say the professor's cooking up Mike Cooley? I mean, unless is it two?
Didn't you just see me had to throw the headphones down, yo, and look for the fire and grab the lamp all at the same time, yo?
My fault. I apologize. Let the bullshit start early, right? May the bullshit start early.
Always.
And the light prevail over the sun.
It's all good. So this is
if you say 2 2, I was about to say if you say 2 2 2 2 2 one more fucking time, we got a problem.
I can't say that no more. This is the week that a lot of us usually the show would either be on the road or on hold. It's CIAA week. In the wonderful city of Baltimore, Maryland. I see a couple people have gotten into town. A lot of OnlyFans stars and alumni and some students. Everybody's getting in town for the early show. Most of the colors arrive Thursday evening, Friday morning. Gee, you going to the games? You said what?
The OnlyFans stars.
Yeah, OnlyFans stars. Yeah. You ain't see they doing a party at the 2 o'clock club. It's like an OnlyFans meet and greet or some shit. Yeah.
Take my money, baby. Take my money.
Your favorite OnlyFans star, baby.
Take my money.
Nice.
Pet that dog, baby. So that's at 2:00 Club, and Larry Flint Hustler Club got Bernice Burgos. She gonna be there.
Oh, yeah.
I still got my peoples out in the streets trying to figure out where what's her name? Johnny Blaze gonna be, because I promised my brother that before he leaves this earth, I'm gonna make sure that he get a wolf of that muff. He gonna get a sniff or something. Now. I'm gonna make sure, yo. If I don't do nothing else for this brother, I'm gonna make sure he get a sniff or something. Some of that Johnny Blaze. A lot of events. I've seen a lot of parties. Not even just parties. I've seen a lot of like nice little seminars. I seen some good seminars that are going to be happening also.
That's good.
Definitely some of those. I seen some book signings. So it's a very diverse event. If you've never been to a CIAA before, it is like one of the oldest African American and one of the biggest events out there, especially collegiate. It's definitely dope. And hopefully, everything goes according to plan. I'm just gonna say take a break. Fellas, ladies out there that like to do things of the taking nature, just take a break this week. Find another way to kind of, get to come up. Just take a break. It may look like it's a lot of food walking up and down the street, but take a break this week. Everybody deserves a vacation. You got a little PTO, put that shit in, and just take a break and just come out and enjoy yourself this week. And then just get back the week after. But this week, let the visitors come in, enjoy our wonderful city, because there's an opportunity for the city to make a lot of good money. And and it just comes down to what they do. Now, if the city don't put the money to good use, fuck that shit up next year. I just say fuck it all up. They had their chance to do it.
Yeah, put your statement up right now as you say that. Put your little this is
hey, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, put that up right now.
My bad. But
We
what's up, Ock? My man Ock be cooking. So enjoy CIAA. Any of you all, well, G, you ain't got no choice. Wherever I'm at, you got to come.
That's not true. You did post something that I know I'm not going to.
You guys wouldn't do that to me. Have me come over there. Mayberry, are you enjoying any CIAA festivities?
I had no plans on doing that, but because you're coming
you
up
are
here,
now. Thank you.
Because
Got
you're
another
coming
one.
up here, I don't
Linnea.
have
No choice again. Got another one. Look at that. Isn't it great when we all just get along like this? This is wonderful.
That's not true.
I was gonna set your ass up today.
Well, didn't you come up here the last time and you got to hang out with you while the rest of
You hung out with me almost all day.
The rest of the peasants didn't get to see your ass.
Wait, whoa. I did not hang out with him. I hung out with his dad.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
I was there for senior. I went for Mike Senior.
But did you see Cooley? Did you see this one? Did you see this one?
He just happened to be there. I didn't know he was gonna be there.
To be there.
You saw this one?
Yeah, he was there. I wasn't there for him though.
I appreciate the brother for coming out, rocking with me though. That's my
guy.
Okay.
If others had the opportunity, we would have been there.
It was. First of all, I hadn't seen G much longer than I hadn't seen anybody, so I had to make sure he came around. And then I almost set him up. It's all good. But no. How y'all feeling? Are y'all what's the word?
Optimistic.
Are you yes, thank you, Linnea. Are you optimistic about this event? In no way, shape, or form.
I've had several conversations with different people, and I mean we've talked about the same thing before. I just don't understand. I mean, you gave the reasons why the CIAA came here, and I guess against the other person or other place, they figured we were the better of the two. Between what was it, West Virginia and Baltimore?
No, it was
That was Charlotte.
I thought it was Chicago.
No, y'all tripping.
I thought it was. I
don't know about Chicago.
It was
I thought
somewhere
it
in
was-
Virginia, like it was like Norfolk, because we were like, ain't nothing really in Norfolk except for the military base. It was Norfolk and somebody else.
So, but either way, I just I just think that like right now we have a bigger crisis on our hands. We got way more to deal with in-house than to invite more people into a city that has some policies and people that are just, in a chaotic scenario. And to have them come into this city, flood the streets, and just hope for the best and say, well, we're gonna have police presence. But shit, you got police presence all through the damn city. Where did that stop? Motherfucker kill the police, kill people right in front of the police, steal shit, knock old ladies over, everything in front of the police. I mean, what does that really do? What does the police presence have to do with anything? Now, like you said, be optimistic, hope that it does go differently than what I think is gonna happen. I could be 100% wrong, but as it stands right now, I'm expecting it to be some colored mischief going on here.
And it was so they beat out Charlotte and Norfolk, Virginia, to host the event.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't feel like I don't feel like it's gonna make news. It's not gonna make like national news the amount of people that get robbed, raped, and sex trafficked over the weekend.
That's a fucking hell of a weekend, ain't it?
I mean, I just feel like
James weekend right there. God damn. Man.
I feel like the murder. I feel like the murder rate might go up, and you probably won't know it because they definitely not gonna want it to get out that it was CIAA weekend and 30 niggas got killed.
30 niggas got killed.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, but it's definitely going to be some people that come here on some bullshit.
Right.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be, a prime example. I mean, when the Super Bowl hit, you had Ice-T saying something about the gangs, and that was the warning. And all people know to reference is The Wire for here. Mm-hmm. But if that is your point of reference, I'd advise people to not necessarily. It's like, I'm glad for us to have something in Baltimore, but at the end of the day, we know what the outcome is going to be. The outcome is going to be some people that come here on some party stuff, on some turn up, on some they want to live their best life, and they're not gonna make it home.
Yeah.
Not in the great streets of Baltimore.
I again, I hope for the best. And we'll see how it plays out. Truth be told, I'll be interested to see how many out of towners actually do party in the different things. So one of my homeboys that's not from here, that's not from here, I was telling him about, the different events or whatever. And he said, you do know that a lot of people don't like to come to Maryland. He said, matter of fact, specifically Baltimore. He said, it's just a bad stigma around the city. He said, so they just try to avoid coming here. So, I hope that things go a little differently this go around, or whatever the case might be. But I will say this, minus the parties, because parties are what they are. They attract a certain level of people depending on what party you're talking about. And one thing we have to remember, that this is really a college event. So because this is a college event, the parties are going to be a lot of the parties are geared towards college and, that early 20s and somewhere in that range. So you already understand the type of scenario you're getting into anyway. That's the first thing. But mine is that, like you said, Mike, there's some really good seminars out there. Matter of fact, I talked to Ruffin earlier today, and I'm going to that seminar down at the Four Seasons, where a couple people I know that's speaking are going to be down there, because I like the information. I think it's called Money Moves Financial Seminar, something like that. I'm gonna go down to that because it looked like it's a good opportunity to hear some Black people speak about their businesses. I see the guy from Fuddruckers is going to be there, or the one that has Fuddruckers, young lady that has multiple McDonald's, and some other people. So I'm definitely gonna check those things out, at least if nothing else. But I know I'm gonna do a party or two more than likely.
You gotta send me the seminar. I go to that too.
Are you gonna do?
How long are you gonna be here, Cooley?
I should be in 10. I'll tell you off air. I don't want nobody to schedule.
Is it? All right. So, Professor, are you gonna go to a day party or you gonna go to a night party?
So
day parties only, baby.
That's how
I'm going to say, who want to be out in the nighttime? Y'all better go to them day parties.
So
I'm thinking.
I already know that Cooley going to LB shit. So I'll probably wind up messing with that, going to LB joint. I know that Events for Good People
right,
actually
I was say, Mike, do you got flyers? I was just about to ask you that.
Yeah. I know Events for Good People actually have a night party.
And Tim Nice got a nice one. Tim is doing.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to Tim joint too.
On the 26th, yeah. Him and Bezo, the dude that do my tattoos, is going to be out there too.
Yeah. Then DJ Dynasty got cigar joints. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Professor.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check out a couple of things, but it's not gonna be like what we were doing when we were out of town. Another thing that we also have to recognize is like we're not that age anymore. Like that age when we were interested in going, even like when we were out in Charlotte, we started kind of slowing down on the party scene. You had to pick a lane. I will never forget when Dougie Fresh said, "Pace yourself." Like you can't do everything. Like you're getting at an age where going to the day party, then going to a night party, and think you're gonna go to another day party the following day. Just that shit don't work no more, man.
That didn't work when it was working. Like when it was anything, my old ass was still like, come on, shout out to Faces by Cree. When me and Cree went one year, we had shit. We stayed at the Residence Inn. We had a 2-bedroom suite. We had it all mapped out on where we was going to go. All right, we're going to go to this day party. We're going to go to this night party. We're going to go to, ask me how many, and we were there the whole weekend. What was it? We got there Friday. They leave. That means, how many did we go to? 2.
Yeah.
2. Because I went to a day party and I said, fuck the night party. Well, I'm not going to be able to do it. I done drunk all day long. And then there was a night party that I went to that was all night long that I couldn't even get myself together to go to a day party. So I was old way before I was old and I couldn't do it.
But you know, with the big, anybody that has gone to CIAA for the many, many years that has been around or while I was in Charlotte, the biggest adjustment for a lot of people will be the parties at night ending at 2:00 versus 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
So here's the other side to that. I'm gonna tell you what else is going to happen here. The casinos are going to be crazy.
Oh yeah.
The casinos are going to be crazy down here because you're right. A lot of places don't close as early as we do, but the casino is 24 hours. So you're going to see an influx of people, and that's where you're going to have your problem.
That's where you're going to have all them fights. That's where you're going to have pop-offs. And then what people need to remember is COVID is still a fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's still a thing. So while y'all want to party and do all of that stuff, that's good. Enjoy yourself. But you're going to have people, like Professor said, going over to the casinos, hanging out, popping off, doing the most, not social distancing, drunk, and trying to prove a point in the wrong city.
Wrong city.
I feel like the weather's going to play a factor too. I think it's supposed to rain all weekend, right?
It should. It should.
And Cooley mentioned
that. Should not be warm at all. Should not be warm.
Yeah, Cooley mentioned that we have a different weather pattern than they do down in Charlotte. And because of that difference in weather, it's going to change the vibe of things anyway. Now, I will say this. If I'm not mistaken, I looked and I think Saturday is actually about almost 70 degrees, if I remember correctly.
It's going to be a little toasty.
Yeah. Now, that shit going to be ignorant.
Yeah, because
who's going to ask me, G?
The hoes going to have their body parts out. They're going to be showing thigh meat and shit. All that.
I can't go that far now.
Well, I'm hoping that it do get to 70, but you know, last week we had a day they said it was supposed to get like 61. I think it topped out at like 11. Like it was cold as shit. That 60. I was like, oh no.
I hope it's snow.
Damn, it would be. That would mess up a lot of people.
That happened to us one year in Charlotte.
No.
Started snowing at night. Ain't last long, but it was enough to make you say, "Oh shit." Right.
her ass home.
But
Yes.
I'm optimistic. I'm definitely proud of all the guys I know that have events going on. Especially my man LB. This has been something that's been on his mind for a while. Trying to do, and this was the perfect opportunity for him to kind of break through the door. Because we've been doing parties for a while, and this is, stepping it up to that next level. So shout out to him. DJ Dynasty always doing this thing, and this event that DJ Tim Nice is throwing. This hip hop party, B-sides at old school games. Like I'm very interested in that. Like, so it's a lot of different type of things going on, not just a bunch of, regular.
Because Rampage, I think they having a lot of old school. They got they got old school hip hop and rap.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they, pick your poison. Like, if the one rule we set up for ourselves at CIAA was, you wouldn't. I'm 40 years old. I'm not going to Young Dolph's party. I ain't going to Jeezy's party. Like where Dougie Fresh at? Where Slick Rick at? Where DJ Cool at? That's where you'll find me. Kid Capri. I'm over there. SNS usually nice. I'm over there. Like I'm not. I'm not chilling with Gotti and Dolph and.
Not me. I'm going to Nardo Wick party and shit. Who wants to smoke with me? I'm doing all that.
Lord Dirk. That's not me.
That's what I'm gonna be.
Shit.
Yeah,
that's what
person at the young person, kickback. Please don't.
I know where to. At a certain point in time in your life, you got to know where to position yourself, and that's just not the position for me. I'll listen to that shit all day in the car. Turn it up loud, crank that shit. But that ain't the party for me. Not at all.
That's where all the twerking at.
Yeah. Sure is.
That's where I'm going. Take my money.
Twerking in the short skirt. That's where that's gonna be at.
Lord, gee.
Oh well. So like I said, I'll be around. If you're around and you see me out, holler at me.
So he called me and said he was coming up, and I said, "Yo, don't come. Stay home." I gave him all kind of reasons and excuses not to come. And then he get off the phone and send me flyers and shit. Don't send me that shit. I just told you not to come. Now I got a list of parties I got to go to as I try to convince him to stay home.
That's what we do. Well,
niggas.
What else is going on? Mayberry, I was great to have a special caller calling in today to talk to you because there was a lot of disrespect on your show last week. Whole lot of disrespect about Wendy Williams' wig. So I was gonna have Wendy Williams' wig call up here and cuss your ass out because all that disrespect you had going on talking about her wig last week.
No. And thank you for watching. I appreciate that.
I thought it was a great show.
Thank you. But that was not what I was saying. I was saying we noticed something ain't right because Wendy, when she have a wig, her wigs be on. Now the fact that it was cocked to the side, that was a clear indication that maybe she needed a little more support. Maybe she shouldn't have full access to her funds. And then I said, no, maybe she should. That's probably why her wig cocked to the side, because she don't have access to her funds. And if she did, somebody be laying that thing right. Or she can let me do it. I'll lay that wig down, Wendy. Holla.
Yo, Mayberry disrespecting the shit out of Wendy Williams' wig right now. I said, this is not.
Yes, I love Wendy. At the end of the day, I was making a joke, but I have to, as a woman, respect her who paved the way for a lot of other women in communications, in radio. And yes, she's the slickest talking mother I know. So, yes, shout out to Wendy Williams and her wigs. Amen.
But I refuse to believe that as much as Wendy Williams has dished out, I refuse to believe she can't take it.
Oh no, she can definitely take it.
I refuse. Like sometimes I hear people be like you'll hear people all the time like, "Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing about Wendy," but I be thinking like, I don't really think she can.
No, I think it's more so that she can take it. I think that there's a certain level of, I would say, empathy. So around what she's going through as it pertains to what happened with her marriage, another kid, and all of that, and all of that happening publicly. However, you have people that'll say, well, when everybody else was going through their turmoil or their shit publicly, she put it on blast. So she has to take it. But we all know mental health impacts people differently. So I think that's why people may kind of approach it with some kid gloves, because you can clearly see that something's wrong. You can clearly see that she's in need of help and she's suffering allegedly from some type of substance abuse. So she's leaning on whatever it is, whether it be drugs, whether it be alcohol, to kind of cope. So she's dealing with something mentally. So from that perspective, we do want to make sure that we are showing some level of empathy from that perspective, because we don't know what she could be going through. That's all.
No.
But them wigs, though, that's how I know something ain't right.
All right, so you all tuned into the Coolie
Thanks for the
Gang.
support, though. I appreciate it, gang. I appreciate
Hey, I was locked in for a minute up until I was hitting the wrong buttons for Shannon. I was like, all right, I gotta turn it off now. I hit the wrong button on her show. The wrong button.
What you hit? Don't tell me you reported me.
She trying to sell jewelry, and I hit that button by accident. I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm over here. I was ripping cords out and everything. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh no, you played that during her show?
It was an accident.
I bet she sold a lot more jewelry then.
Nah, boy, I can't.
That was my bad.
That was an earring segment.
Yeah, right. No, it was a necklace segment, pearl necklace.
A lot of pearls though, why the neck?
So I saw Coolie and the Gang show live every Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everybody take a second, hit that share button, tell a friend about the gang. I saw this on Black Millionaire's Instagram post. There are five cities offering cash for Black people to move there, plus more. Morgantown, West Virginia is offering 12,000 plus.
Not to West Virginia.
Topeka, Kansas. Topeka, Kansas is offering up to 11,000. Tulsa, Oklahoma, up to 10,000. Northwest Arkansas, 10,000, and Shoals, Alabama, 10,000.
Oh no!
Who's paying them? Who's paying the money?
Ain't those places that you will get your ass lynched?
Well, Topeka, Kansas, I might fuck with. Who's paying?
So it says 12,000 cash, 10,000 in the first year, 2,000 after the second, 2 years of free outdoor gear rental, free co-working space, social events, eligibility requirement. I don't know what this is all about. It sounds like a setup to me.
It definitely sounds like bring your black ass and
that's and we're
gonna kill you.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's like how many can we get in a barrel and just pick them up?
No, in Tulsa is where Black Wall Street was burnt down. No, thank you.
Topeka, Kansas, I might fuck with, but Morgantown, you can cancel that.
G, you from Bama? You up for the shows?
Never heard of that shit, so you know I ain't going there. That's like some redwood. That's like rosewood type shit.
Nasty. Look in your house, see how good your stuff look, and here they come with some, torches and stuff.
Nah,
fuck
that.
I'm good.
So none of these cities, well, G said Topeka. He would consider Topeka, Kansas.
None.
Nah.
You know what? Morgantown before.
Anybody that's going to offer me money, there's something with it. Like, ain't nothing in this world or life for free.
So like some saw shit, right?
Am I selling my ass or am I selling my soul? I'm trying to figure out what the cost is. Or maybe I'm selling both. They about to pimp me out. I don't know it. If you're gonna sit here and offer me 12,000 to come and move there, what's the catch? There's a catch. There's always a catch.
And that's not enough money.
No, my ass costs more than that.
I don't like it. I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Me either.
I don't know. This is an age where I think everything is a setup to me. Like my mother told me, she said, "Man, you're gonna be like a crazy person soon. You're gonna be one of them people just in your house talking about, did you see that car ride up and down the street?"
Like a conspiracy all the time, like everything. Like there's an agenda, there's something they pushing an agenda. You're gonna be one of those looking out the window,
tapping my phone. I can see the professor looking like Malcolm X.
As soon as he hit click on the phone, they listening, y'all. They listening. Turn your phones off. Put the batteries out.
Man, let me tell you, my grandfather used to unplug the TV. He said because they watching. Hey, wherever they are or not, I ain't going through all that shit, unplugging my TV and all that. And he used to take the battery out of his phone because he thought about shit like that. But I think that I just feel like it's something ain't right, man. You can feel it, man. Like you don't feel that shit tingling on the back of your neck like there's something fucked up out here.
Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute, Professor. My dad is here. What you say again?
What?
You said tingling on the back of your neck.
Yeah, you don't feel
like the little pully hairs, like your hands lifting on the back.
Yeah, man, something ain't right. Like they up to some funny business out here.
This got get out written all over it.
Yeah,
they're gonna take my brains.
And I gotta be there for I gotta be there for a year to get paid, or what is it?
Exactly.
So the first year I get 12 grand. I get 12 grand for coming, or I gotta stay the whole year to get 12 grand.
You get 10,000 in the first year, and then 2,000 after the second year.
That's
if you live to see to get the money. I might get there before I even get the money.
So it's roughly about 2 grand. It's roughly about 2 grand a month.
Roughly.
After the second year, though.
After the second year, after the second year, you're gonna get 2 grand, right?
Right.
Yeah, but do I get the 10 as soon as I sign the papers to move in, or I have to stay there for a year first and hope that I live for the year before I can see my little 10,000?
I'll be bald-headed from worry.
You might got to sit for a minute.
So it looks like you can go to this website right here. What's it say? Ascend West Virginia, and you probably can see exactly what they're talking about. Or the require. I'm not doing it. I ain't even look because I don't tell you. I don't really don't even give a damn what the requirements are.
Right.
But
Cooley about to pull it up.
I don't know. I feel like I might be a candidate. Sign me up.
All right, get out.
Topeka, Kansas.
They're gonna start
going nowhere.
Oh shit, this is for real. I thought this was just running that shit.
You thought it was just for play.
Look at that.
$1 plus free outdoor recreation.
Look how they selling it though.
Yo, I saw a movie like this.
I like the fish.
Oh yeah. Look, let me tell you why y'all not going off of the first sentence. We will pay you $12,000 to find a home among our hills and throw in a year of free outdoor recreation.
Yeah, you gonna live outside.
Sign me up. They got fishing. They got fishing. They got fishing. Look like a little golf. I'm in there.
Did you see that motherfucker shoes that was playing golf? That shit was a setup, yo. He don't even play no damn golf.
My thing though. How many brown people did you see?
Listen, I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to get away from colors anyway. Sign me up. They got fishing. They got fishing and golf. I'm out there.
Hills have eyes, G. Hills have eyes.
Fishing and golf.
It says money goes further. It says money goes further in the mountains.
Hey, I'm running moonshine and some other shit up out of there.
That's where they
look at that tranquil. Look at that. That is beautiful.
Look at that shit.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
Get a grip.
Where's that at?
This is West Virginia. This is the
Oh no, never mind. I'm good.
Yeah, this is West Virginia.
Don't go back. Go there. Let's run the numbers.
Okay, here it is. Payments for the $12,000 financial incentive will begin after your first month in the Ascend West Virginia program and continue over the course of 2 years. In equal monthly payments, you'll receive the first $10,000 over the course of the first year in almost heaven. The final $2,000 will be yours at the end of your second year in the Ascend West Virginia program. Look at that. Don't they look happy?
No.
But look at them.
Yo, I seen a movie like this, yo. This shit don't look right. Shit don't look right.
Who's gonna be Mike Epps?
Who's
gonna be Mike Epps?
That's not right, y'all. I mean, y'all can't be so skeptical about everything.
They need to make it more, show some more diversity. Mike,
That's what they're trying to get. They ain't got it yet. That's why they need people.
Now I tell you what. I tell you what. If they let me send 20 people down there and let them collect the money, then I think about it. Let me send the first 20.
Oh, you trying to be the pimp and shit.
No, I'm gonna send some 20 killers down that motherfucker just to make sure they ain't got no funny business going on. And if they do, they gonna all be kicking it off out there. Shit.
He gonna send the goons. He gonna send the Baltimore goons.
Hell no, you ain't gonna have me go out there and I got my book in my hand. Yes, sir. No, sir. Nigga, what the fuck you doing around here? No.
Well,
it's not worth it.
We're gonna think about it. I think we should all think about it openly.
Hey, NJ, there go Blacktopia right there, buddy.
And you get starting fun. We can everybody move out there. We pull all the money together, and we do got Blacktopia.
Yep, up in the mountains. There it is. What you willing to give up, bro? Let me see.
Oh shit.
Well, on the same lines of where you live, I know y'all have seen what's happening not in the mountains with the birds mysteriously falling from the sky.
Not again.
Woo! That's it.
Y'all didn't see that?
Yeah.
Like, look at that.
That's it. I got.
Okay, I'm done.
A mystery surrounds hundreds of blackbirds suddenly plummeting from the sky.
Is that real?
But I don't want to look at it. It looks creepy and weird. This is giving me like, what is that thing?
Bird.
The bird with Sandra Bullock in there with the bird box. I don't want to see this.
Yeah, but is that real though, or is that a reverse video of them? Like,
listen to the story.
To the ground in Mexico. It happened earlier this month. We want to warn you, the video you're about to see is graphic. The video is chilling too. It shows the yellow-headed blackbird suddenly fall from the sky.
Oh, jeez.
Many of them died, others did fly away, and the reason behind their rapid plunge remains unclear. But some experts say the blackbirds may have been trying to escape a predatory bird swooping in from above.
Oh, wow.
A huge flock of birds that suddenly plunged to the ground in
So they was
Mexico.
all, I guess,
It happened earlier.
What the fuck, lady?
So the whole getting away from the predator thing, I don't know about that.
I ain't buying that.
That's a bunch of birds to be running away from one hawk. Like, come on now.
So two things. First thing is, could you imagine if you were walking down the street right at that moment and all that shit came falling down like that?
I'd have wet myself.
The other thing is, again, I don't want to get into conspiracies and all that type of business.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
But seriously, pay attention to this whole 5G thing, this whole 5G towers and all of that. It don't just affect people. It don't just affect radio waves. It also is going to affect animals. You know, animals are more keen to sound than we are. So if that is an area where they may have put up some towers or whatever, you might see stuff like that happening all the time. Of course, they're not going to say that that's the issue. But, and again, it may not be. But at the same time, you can't rule it out until you at least have taken a look at it. Because there has to be some sort of change. If it hasn't happened before, then what made it happen all of a sudden? Hawks been chasing birds forever. We ain't never seen this shit happen before. How come it just happened just now?
And it ain't like when the hawk chasing the bird just stopped flying and play dead.
Man,
like
it's that Rona. It's Rona.
It's something. The government.
It's the Omicron, the Omarion.
But yeah,
something right.
They all vaccinated.
You know, that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for the professor to be like, well, shit. If you took money for the vaccine, you might as well go ahead and take money to go ahead and move out to West Virginia. Check is a check at that point. That's what I was waiting for.
Really?
I'm glad you were a better person, y'all. I'm glad you just didn't, y'all.
Slipped my mind.
Good. So apparently there's a backlog at in the morgue in Baltimore. That I wasn't even aware of. There's a family. So there was a young man that was killed, Gerard Jones, 35. He was described as the heart of his family. While the family grieves the loss, they said they don't even know when they'll be able to bury Jones because of a backlog of bodies awaiting autopsies at the office of the chief medical examiner. They also said they haven't been given any answers on when this body will be released to the family. More than 200 bodies are awaiting autopsy. Running out of space, the Maryland Department of Health converted a parking garage downtown into a morgue until a permanent expansion can be built. Have any of you seen this?
Yeah, I did see it. I thought I didn't know that was here though, but I did see them showing a parking garage and saying something about there were bodies in there. Matter of fact, I feel like it was actually on the news, if I'm not mistaken. But again,
Shannon said they're going to add more after CIAA.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The first thing is, COVID, like Mayberry said, COVID is a real thing and it's still around. So you still have people that are dying from COVID. You still have people that are dying from flu. You got people that are still dying from natural causes, and you got a murder rate that is out of this world. So add all those things together. What are they supposed to do? I mean, it's not like we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna bring more coroners in and open up some more offices. You just have a fucked up scenario. I mean, they could tell them, you want your loved one, come get him. Come get him. Take him. Where you gonna take him at?
But y'all remember when COVID first hit New York, they had a body pile up there. They were putting bodies in tractor trailers. They had
refrigerated trailers.
Yeah, they didn't have a place for these bodies to go. So the professor's hitting the nail right on the head, because it's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of different variables. There's a lot of factors. You got people, like he said, natural causes, people getting shot and killed, COVID, like all of these things, and they have nowhere to put them. But I'm not surprised that they're coming up with parking lots and other places to store bodies, because we've seen other states having to do the same thing just in COVID. It's not dealing with this murder rate.
Right. So what I got out of it was they don't have enough people to do the examinations for the autopsies. I mean, not that they don't have a place to put them. Like shit, maybe they just shorthanded. Like motherfucking, I saw some shit with some nurses. There's like 100-something nurses. They just quit their job. Like they was just like, fuck it. So I mean, I don't know if they don't have the help, but if they hire them, they need to let a motherfucker know. Some people looking for some side money. I go down there and throw some bodies around.
It says in response, the health department is hiring new positions, and FEMA sent additional support to the medical examiner's office to help clear the backlog as well.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. They just don't have nobody to examine the people, And that's the fucked up thing about it, because if you've been dead for a month and I can't get an autopsy, I still gotta wait another fucking so many weeks to bury my loved one. I would be pissed.
Yeah, it's bad business. Yeah,
if you're trying to tie up, final business, and you need their death certificate.
Yeah, and that insurance money.
Hey,
colors. Look, hey, colors.
No, but just think about it. If somebody passed and they left children behind, somebody has to take on that ownership and that responsibility to those kids and be guardians, and that's a cost. That's a cost of money. So
that sounds good. That sounds good when you're dealing with responsible colors. But some of us colors just want to go buy a new car in the morning. Try and get this furniture out of layaway. I got furniture on layaway.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. If they left the beneficiary, they could do what they want with the money.
Yes.
This furniture been on layaway all year. I'm trying to get my shit out.
Can't even close the casket. People cashing checks.
Fuck them kids.
Well, speaking of kids, I'm loving the way y'all lining these segues up for me. Like this shit is.
Look at y'all.
Hey, father goes the fuck off on kids that were bullying his daughter right in front of their parent. And the question is, did he go too far?
No.
I'll determine that one.
Oh shit! Guess we want to hear it, don't we?
Yeah, of course.
I don't care what fuck with her, she don't bother me. The next time you fuck with her, I told her to beat your ass. I don't care what the school's out with, but get out this car right now, because I'm sick of y'all. That's the last fucking time I'ma say it.
My daughter's bullied too, so stand up. My daughter's bullied, so I don't know what's going on.
I'm sick of it. I'm not playing. So if my daughter tell me again that somebody fuck with her, she gonna get out this car and my son gonna get out too, and they gonna beat ass. Because I'm sick of it. Fuck with her, she don't bother me.
So the question is, so that was the father standing there, and that was the other father. Now, I don't believe he had to curse at the kids, even though I cuss at my children all the time. So maybe I'm not the right person to speak on this. So I'll let somebody else.
First and foremost, the cussing ain't shit. These kids cuss all day, every day. They have exposure to all of that. They seeing titties and ass on regular TV shows. And where we were coming up, shit, fuck, ass, damn, all of that was not allowed. So now it is acceptable to say, I mean, shoot, I went on Twitter and I lost my dang mind. And I'm going to just leave it at that. We know what is out there. We know what we getting exposed to. We know what these kids is getting exposed to. So I don't know why everybody want to get real hypersensitive when somebody cuss at their kids. But where are you at to discipline them? Where are you at to correct the behavior? What are you saying to your child to say, hey, you are the root cause of the problem? If you are bullying or your child is bullying, you can't. I'm trying to tell you, I'm glad the father cussed their ass out. The thing is, he didn't put their hands on him. He didn't put his hands on him. And as a parent, anybody is going to get in a position where you're going to get tired of somebody hurting or harming your child, where you may feel like you need to step in and advocate on their behalf or be a champion for them. And it doesn't necessarily mean it. Like he said, I ain't going to do nothing, but the next time I'm going to tell my daughter to beat your ass. And if I need to, I'll tell my son to get out too. He didn't say I'm about to pull out a gun and shoot all the kids. So I don't feel like there was anything wrong with it. I mean, I had to let a kid know before, and I don't care. If the parent got a problem, shit, come see me. But if you correct your child and your child ain't acting like a fucking heathen, then ain't nobody got to step in.
God damn, maybe.
I don't care. It was a whole dude too. Try me.
I don't know, yo. Sometimes I'm glad I don't have no children because I don't want to experience half of this shit that I see going on. But on the other hand, as him being a parent, you can hear the frustration in his voice, and you could tell that he's tired of having these conversations and probably looking at his daughter's face and saying like, yo, whatever y'all doing or saying to her is making her feel extremely bad, and I can see it. Like it's coming out in her actions. That's one side of it. The other side of it is, so I think we use the word bullying a little too often. Yeah, I think there's a big difference between children just getting into scenarios that they need to learn how to deal with versus being bullied. So you might have a child that's having a disagreement with this particular kid. If that's a child, if that's happening, then you should attempt to have some sort of mediation between the school, the parent, and the two children to try to get some sort of understanding of what's going on. And in most cases, from what I've seen, those two kids wind up being friends or wind up being able to communicate on a different level if it needs to go to that point. Then you have a scenario where the child is getting something taken from them on a daily basis. Now that's different. That's different when you have your child coming to school with their money or their lunch or something, and somebody's taking something from them. That's a whole other conversation. Now that needs to be addressed like that, and still mediated with the school, because just because you jump out the car don't change the fact that your child got to go to school every day. See, now your child got to go to school, and not only are they going to be teased by that person, but then they're going to be teased by other people in the school. Oh, you had your daddy come up here and fight your battles. He got out the car with his little fucking hat on with the fucking ball on it and shit, waving all around, talking about people get your weak ass brother to get out the car, get him fucked up too. Now,
Professor, can I chime in real quick with you on that one? But you can have situations and scenarios where you have the kid and the school is participating in mediation or counseling or even relocating kids because they've had a conflict. Maybe they got to switch the classes. But like you said, yeah, that happened outside of school. So there still may need to be some mediation that happens in school because the parent is not going to be around. So there's going to be something that happens there. But at the schools are going to do but for so much. How do I know? I witnessed it. because they're going to only do what they need to do to make sure that they can keep themselves not legally responsible.
Mm-hmm.
So what they will do is they see two kids that's not getting along. What will the solution be? They'll probably put them in two separate classes. They're not going to be not in the school. And then when shit really hits the fan and the kids fight again, or there is a situation, they might be suspended or expelled.
Right.
So at some point, everybody shouldn't leverage bullying every time that there's a situation, scenario, or an altercation. But in a situation where there is, and like you said, you could hear the father is tired of it. So it's a great possibility they've exhausted all of their opportunities or possibilities to mitigate the situation. And he's at the point of frustration where he look, I got to step in and advocate for my kid because the school did only what they could do. At this point, I'm going to have to show up and show out and let you know, look, she might not, but we're going to pull up on your ass if we need to. And it's not a good thing. But what else do you do when your hands are tied? When you are sitting back and you feel like there's nothing else I could do. If you engage the police, that's a situation too. Mm-hmm. So it's like you really can't win. Really
that's definitely a lose-lose situation. It's absolutely, I mean, we all, for the most part, went to the same middle school, and I can tell you, there's some dudes that got the fucking blues. I mean, it's no wonder they ain't killed somebody by now. From the middle school, the trauma that they received. Good God Almighty! But we didn't label it as bullying. And the funny part is, I can remember vividly one guy's his mother came up there, and she like I just said, she had a mediation between the school and the other children that was bothering her son, and teachers and everything. And after it was all said and over, man, that shit got worse. Right? Like it just didn't. Nothing changed. But and another thing you got to think of is, I don't know how old they are. I'm assuming just by the way that they're listening that they're probably relatively young. But another thing you got to think of is, these kids today are way different. A lot of these children don't have no respect for their parents. So because they don't have no respect for their parents, they definitely ain't got no respect for yours. Your parent come out and they talking about fighting. They ready for that. They want that kind of action. Oh yeah, tell them get out now. Like that's the kind of time that
or they pulling out something. You are absolutely right. Or they pulling out something ready to make some shit shake. You are absolutely right.
And it's bad, man. Like I said, it's a sad scenario. You're going to
lose no matter which direction you go in. If you advocate, you're going to lose. If you don't say nothing, you're going to lose. If you engage, even if it's not even like you were saying, hey, yo, you done brought your parent up here. They getting teased for that. But hey, guess what? If one of the kids go to the teacher, go to the counselor and say something, they getting teased for that. They getting talked about for that. You can't even, you a snitch. This. People don't even really know what that term really means when you saying you a snitch. Y'all, they use that shit just to run with it and don't know that snitching, that ain't what that's used for. That's not what they mean by that. Oh, you a snitch. Right. But that's what they'll use. So these kids sometimes feel like they don't have anywhere to go because at the end of the day, social media and everything else, people do cyberbully. If that's the case, they record you, put you online, all types of stuff. I would hate to grow up right now in today's time. I would hate it. I didn't like it when we were coming up, but I damn sure wouldn't like it now.
The word you just used, cyberbullying. If my child told me that they was being cyberbullied, I think I would be angry at my child. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really would.
But do you know the terms? But do you know what entails in a cyberbullying? Okay.
Yeah, because they had so
it's more so like humiliation.
Right. Exactly. I get it. But I'm just thinking like, yo, these kids are soft as shit now, man. Like, yo, they talking about me?
But it's something. But just think about it. When we were coming up and somebody was talking about you, it's right there. It's like the telephone game. Somebody talking about you, they recording you and putting you online. It's going to follow you forever. You can't get rid of it. So when we were coming up, it was a fight. There wasn't proof and verification. There wasn't a constant storyline that was going and going and going and never gone. Now these kids have a storyline that's going and going and going and going and never gone because you'll have somebody that's petty that want to keep revisiting it, want to keep posting it. Like, remember he talking his mouth, he running his mouth. What about when he got his ass beat? And then they post it. So it's different. So I understand it. Yes, I feel like there is the softer side of sis with this generation. I do believe that.
Mm.
I do. But a lot of it, I feel like it revolves around technology and the resources that they have their hands on. It's they know bullying right now because of technology. It's constantly a word that's pushed across all platforms. So they can't escape that. Then they had their hands on and access to stuff that I feel like they're not mature enough to handle.
No, not at all.
They use these type of things borderline as weapons.
Yeah.
This is how they fight. They fight on this, Twitter fingers. They fight with not their hands, not their mind. They fight with the phones. That's what they do.
Hey Mike, when you were getting bullied, how did you deal with it?
It was tough, you know, until that day I decided to smack the shit out you. And my dignity, that's when I was vindicated, yo. I got my money back from G for life. I had to put pause on you. And look at us now, yo. You know, we've all grown, you know, we all better people for it. So I think I did very well, yo.
Okay. So looking at this, I feel like I can feel the dad's frustration. One time we was talking about women putting their men in situations, and I've always said that kids will put you in a situation that will get you fucked up. This is one of them right here. I remember my daughter at the time, she was in like middle school, and they was fucking with her. And I was like, yo, you got the biggest daddy. Like, I'm big for a reason. Like, call me if something goes sideways. And it might be a week later by the time they told me what had happened. But I was still ready to fuck somebody's father up. Or mother. It didn't matter. Whoever it was. Because this is my daughter. This is my baby girl. It's something when it's your daughter. As a father, it's a dad. It's something when it's your daughter. You don't want nobody fucking with her. And I remember it was a boy that took her eyeglasses and put it down his pants and told her to go get it. She should have called me. I'd have went and got them glasses. I'd have got them for her. I'd have came out with more than some lens crafters. I'd have brought. Yeah, I got you, baby. Call your daddy. And my son is the complete opposite. Like, he knows that daddy's coming to tear some shit up. He's gonna let the world know, like, that's my father, and he's 7. Like, he knows daddy's here. He's gonna fuck something up. I felt that man's pain because, like I said, you don't want nobody fucking with your kids. The only other problem that I had with it was as the other parent, not knowing how fucked up my kid is. Now, if my kid is the bully, and now I'm out here and I gotta listen to this motherfucker tell me how he gonna fuck me up and fuck the kids up. You can't talk to my kids any kind of way, first of all. Even with my kid being wrong, let me discipline or talk to my kid. Should I have not known, then I think it should be up to me to say, you know, stop fucking with this man's daughter. I'm not saying I'm gonna be a bitch about it, but stop fucking with this man's daughter because now I don't want to have to come fuck him up. And I don't have no other brothers and sisters to come help whoop they ass, but let me discipline my kid. That was my only problem. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, that the school was supposed to get in the middle of it. Fuck the school. The school ain't gonna do shit. But to be the other parent and of the badass kid that's doing the bullying, that's some hurtful shit. Because now you got to sit there and listen to it. You got to take it. But let me discipline my own kid. So don't be cussing at my kid. Call me. Let me know something. Somebody should have talked to the parent before all this shit blew up. But yeah, don't fuck with my kid. Don't fuck with my babies. Either one of them.
I gotta ask you a question, G. And this is just to throw out a scenario. So hopefully I don't put too much of my business out there. But let's say this shit is happening right in front of both of the parents' face, and the parents see their kid is acting like a fucking fool.
All right, wait a minute. Do I have the kid? Is my kid the fucked up kid, or is your kid the fucked up kid?
It don't matter. Pick one.
All right, I want the fucked up kid.
Okay, you got the fucked up kid. Me and you sitting there and you watching your fucked up kid act like a dumbass, being ridiculous, bothering people, and you just looking and you looking and like it's normal shit. And you can see that there's problems with other parents and you can see it, but you're not because you're too busy running your mouth, talking or whatever. But you didn't turned around multiple times and seen it. And you even heard somebody say, "Hey, yo, your kid," and you don't do nothing.
And I've
oh yeah, you.
And at this point, if I turn around and cuss your motherfucking kid out, I'm cussing your motherfucking kid out.
Right, see, I'm a fucked up parent. I'm a fucked up parent, so I don't like that scenario. Let me be your man, and that be our kid. Let me and you be sitting there. Let me and you be sitting there, and the other parent kid, because I'm fucking up that kid's father. I mean, you gonna whoop that kid ass, and we up out of there. But that's the thing. I mean,
I literally sat there I'm like, all right, it was 3 times. Oh, when I got to the 3rd time, all bets is off. All of it is off.
Yeah, you can't cuss your
kid out, and I'm walking towards your kid. And then don't try to boss up now that I'm walking towards your kid, because you had an opportunity to correct the behavior. Somebody said, "Hey, yo, your kid." 3 strikes. I'm going to fuck you up and your kid.
It's a lot of fucked up parents out there. So that's what I'm saying. So like for that man to get out there and do all the cussing and arguing and telling them to leave his daughter alone, that shit had been going on for a minute. That wasn't something that just happened at one time or last week. Them parents know that those kids is fucked up. So again, like I said, kids will put you in a scenario that what happened?
This was the peak of the boiling point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kids will put you in a situation that it's a sink or swim type thing with kids. Kids will definitely get your ass whooped.
Well, I've seen that scenario that Mayberry said play out many times where, like, especially at a birthday party or something, and it's just always that one kid and that parent that act like they don't see shit. Like, yeah.
And the thing here is you know that your kid ain't shit.
Exactly. We all know that.
Your kid all day, every day. You know the highs and lows, the ups and downs, the sneaky, all of that. You know how mouthy your child is. You know that you the one that always got to tell them, act like you got some home training when you go anywhere. You know your kid. So that means you should be consciously aware of not just your child, but your child's surroundings.
So I live my life the way my parents kind of did me. So I try to treat my kids the way my parents did us. Where if my kid come to your house and my kid do something wrong, whoop they ass, and we'll talk about it later. So if it comes down, like I said, it takes a village to raise a kid. And I had a post the other day that says it takes a village to raise a kid, not Emerson Village, but I'm a firm believer. Like if my son is at your house, Professor, and he kicking your dog, whoop my son ass, and we'll talk about it later.
I feel like anybody should be able to come over somebody's house. Like I shouldn't even be able to. If you can't correct my kid, or
my kid shouldn't be there,
then your kid shouldn't be at my house, and my kid should not be at your house. Like if I'm dropping my kids off over there, I mean, shoot, back when we was in the basement, if they was upstairs, they was doing. If they shouldn't be able to come. If there was a scenario where Shannon had said, "Hey, y'all loud, y'all gotta sit down." What I look like telling Shannon, like, no, don't tell my kids to sit down. No.
So I say that to say there's a lot of parents that don't want you to touch their kid or say nothing to your kid, and that's where right.
They don't want
so that's
correct their kid.
That's where we lose.
Yep.
Right. That's where we lose out on.
What tone are you setting for your child? You're telling your
None.
kid you can do whatever you want here and be disrespectful and rude because we don't have to respect this adult of this home.
That's beat that kid ass. Fuck them kids.
Since we're talking about kids, let's look at this
again.
Yeah, y'all lining me up today.
Out today, and this little girl had said this.
I am so glad that years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King, the first black man, ended slavery. Because if not, people would be whipped every day.
Damn.
Ooh.
Wow.
They said not today.
First black man to end slavery was Dr. Martin Luther King. So Mayberry. Look, Mayberry.
You said we would still be getting whipped today. Damn.
Who's my history teacher?
Oh,
her parents are history teacher.
Who is her history teacher?
She homeschooled.
TikTok.
No, TikTok. She was definitely home. She definitely homeschooled.
Yeah,
I actually was talking to I was talking to Karima or Keisha the other day about children, about education, and about this picture that I saw some years ago. You guys probably saw the same thing. You did see that picture that came out with Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Obama, that they were all white. Did y'all see that before?
No.
Well, the picture looked like they really were white men. This was about 6 or 7 years ago. So what I told her was, I said, see, this is one of the reasons why I get books. There are certain things I get in audio and I'll listen to, and there are certain things that I get in hard copies. And the reason why I get them in hard copies is because you can't change something that you have. They can't alter the information that I already have. But if you get rid of this and you now just have everything automated or virtual copies of shit, you can alter it to make it be whatever it is. So because these are things that have been passed down throughout years and information that has been given from generation to generation, who's to say that if they do eventually get rid of books, which I believe they will, because they're going to feed us this shit about, paper and saving the planet all of a sudden after it's been destroyed. So they're going to talk that, and they're going to put everything online. Who's to say that when they do that, they change those people or certain figures and make them white, or just erase them totally out of the picture at all?
Okay, not to cut you off, but your Holy Bible is a prime example of that.
Of what?
Of fucking up history and rewriting whatever you want to rewrite and making it what you want to be.
Mute.
Now I could argue that, but that's a longer conversation.
I was about to say. I mean, this is
argument. I definitely can argue it.
Yeah, I hear you with your blonde head, blue eyed Jesus sitting up on the cross. But okay.
No. All right. So look, I'll address that part. The part about the color of Jesus is something that people have chosen to utilize. That does not mean that's what it is. The Bible never said he was blonde headed, blue eyed. That's what people say.
It didn't.
So, but that doesn't reflect on the Bible. That reflects of ignorance. That doesn't. Have anything to do.
So what I'm saying is the same thing as far as the books. I totally agree with you as far as buying a hard copy. The books, the stuff that you know is what you know, no doubt about it. And some things you just can't change. But when you have a fucked up individual, they're gonna change or write or read or say what it is, whatever the fuck they want to say. That's my only thing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I agree. And that's the reason why we got to read things for ourselves. That's the reason why you don't trust information that you get from other people. You got to go to a source, more than one source. Just like when we were in school, right? Research. Just like when we were in school, the professor gave you a paper to write. They say, give me 3 references. You can't get all your references from one source because one source is going to give you a biased opinion. They want you to get it from different places. And if you get the same idea from these different places, then chances are the information is correct. And now here we go. If we're going to go back to the information about the Bible, if you go to multiple sources, including Islam, they all talk about Jesus. So, all right, enough of that part. So what I was going to tell you is, the problem is we expect the schools to do something that we aren't willing to do ourselves. We expect the schools to teach our children, but when a child comes home, we ain't opened a book. We expect the child to understand the work that the teacher has given them, but we haven't discussed any of it. We don't even understand it. But you expect the child to have a decent education, but you have invested 0 hours into the learning process. The schools aren't designed to do that. The schools are designed to give you the information. That's why it's called homework. You are supposed to help that child to get a level of understanding. I teach classes, right? And in those classes, we have them do these little simulations online. Then at the end of the class, they're given a knowledge check to see what they learned throughout the day, and they're given a PowerPoint. This is what I said. I think the knowledge checks are useless. And the reason why I said it is because anybody can regurgitate information that they just learned, right? And they got the PowerPoints to read the shit and write it down. So that doesn't assess any real knowledge. Real knowledge comes when you're able to have a conversation about something without referencing this stuff that's there and have an understanding of whatever it is. These children don't understand shit. All they know is that somebody told them something, and they're regurgitating the information back out to everybody else. But they have no. That little girl just showed you that she understands that Martin Luther King was a black man. She understands that he stood for something as far as black people are concerned. She has no idea about time period. She has no idea about what he was doing, and she has no idea about the purpose of his speech or anything else. And whose fault is that? It's not the schools. It is her parents. That's exactly whose fault it is. And her parents should be ashamed.
They should be embarrassed. But they should be embarrassed. Definitely embarrassed.
Hate to say, but her parents are not.
But they definitely should be embarrassed. Yeah.
They're probably from Topeka, Kansas.
And in West Virginia, they took that 12,000. That's what they told them in West Virginia, up in them hills.
Okay, and this is the last one and then we're gonna let the children be great. Well, this is more on the parents. So 2-year-old was left alone.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's dark and it's locked. She's all alone. The toddler had been left behind when the daycare closed up for the night. Her mom, Stephanie Martinez, understandably freaked out. She was just 15 minutes late picking up her daughter, Ani.
She managed to push a chair next to the door to stand on it and call for my name. And that was the only reason I was able to see her, is because she's shorter than the door. Honey, I'm coming, okay?
Mom called 911. The operator couldn't believe it.
She's inside by herself? Yeah, she's crying. She's inside by herself. Okay, honey. How old is your child? She's 2. She's only 2. Gosh. I'm coming, baby. Okay? I'm coming.
When firefighters got there, they broke down the door. In a statement, the daycare center said, "Nothing is more important to us than the safety of the children in our care. We'll also take immediate steps to ensure this kind of thing doesn't happen again." A little late for a terrified child.
She's inside by herself.
Poor little kid. The daycare center says all of their staff will now be retrained on proper supervision.
Retrained? What the fuck? How do you leave?
When my son was in daycare, they charged parents like basically $1 every minute that they were late.
That's the first 15, and after 15, it'll be like $5 per minute.
Right.
Well, let's just say I own a daycare now, because I would own that motherfucker.
I don't understand how you want to say, like, y'all have to. Your policy is you have to account for each child. That's what you do.
Right.
Check in where the parents got to sign the kid in and sign the kid out. So you mean to tell me y'all don't have any checks and balances around knowing how many kids you have, and where was the kid at that whoever locked up didn't see the kid? I feel like that whoever that was either don't like the mother or they had to leave and they didn't have time to wait and they were out and they just said bump it and left the kid there.
Right.
So
I don't like that.
I'm gonna just play devil's advocate for the daycare. So look, first thing is I would have to say that the child must have been hiding somewhere. I don't think that they just locked the door, locked the child in there, because it'd have been so much easier for them to call the parent and try to get some sort of understanding or do something other than lock the child in.
The balance is in place, Professor.
So I'm about to get to that.
Supposed to know the kids, that how many kids is in there enough to know.
I'm about to get to that.
Okay,
so,
my bad, Professor. Go ahead.
I've gone to pick up my ex-girlfriend's daughter on multiple occasions from Dogwood, right? And truth be told, they really do not monitor the book of who's signing what and what child is leaving out. All they know is that a parent came in to get a child. That's really all that they know. Most of the time, they have a familiar face. They say, "Okay, I see so-and-so came and got the child." That's usually how I've seen that work. But I have also gone to the book and seen that someone has signed in the section where her name is as well, and she's there. She's not gone, but somebody has signed in her section as already. So I just wind up putting my name there, over top of it or on the side of it, right? Because I don't want no discrepancies. I don't want nobody to say nothing later on, right? But in this scenario right here, you're right. It should have a better checks and balances. Truth be told, Again, I've seen how daycares just leave the book up at the front and they just tell you sign it when you leave out. I think somebody really should have control over it. You have to come to me to let for that child to leave out. But I have seen scenarios where they do not actually have control over that book. That shit is sitting up at the front. The parent signs it. And matter of fact, if the child run over to the parent, they really don't even know the child just left out the damn building.
So to me, that's and I understand that, and I feel like that's some bullshit. And the only reason why I'm gonna say that's some bullshit is because of the time that we're in right now with technology. Not to what you were saying, Professor. You are absolutely correct. I'm saying to the fact that these are supposed to be establishments where children are left. There should be checks and balances in place. I paid look, my kids are school age. Okay, but when they weren't, I had a kid in before and after care, and I had a kid that was in the daycare area, and it was a learning center. They didn't have a book. For one, you had a code that you had to even get into the door, like the first door or a fob. And then they had a kiosk. They had two monitors with keyboards that was sitting up. They mounted them to the wall and a keyboard right there on the tray where you had your own login code, where you had to log in, clock your kids and check both of them in. And then when you came to pick them kids up, you had to put in your code and check them out. And I'm talking about on the computer. So I feel like in the time that we're in, where we are walking around with mobile devices that are literally computers, that even if there's an app, there's apps out here that can be generated, that it can be established for you to have some type of check and balance in place. These are children. These kids cannot fend for themselves. There's a dependency on these establishments to do better. That's what I'm saying. Like, do I know that it can happen? Yes, it can happen. Has it happened? Yes.
So
but they don't believe that's excuse for me that they need to do training. Are we training on what? No, get your shit.
So my son does aftercare, right? He's 7 years old. He goes to aftercare. So one Friday, his mother put him in there for aftercare. So she didn't know it was only Monday through Thursday. It's free. You just go there and you just go pick his punk ass up at 6 o'clock or 6:15. So one Friday he didn't get picked up because we didn't know that it was no aftercare on Friday. So that lady called my phone. She called my phone about 7 times. Like, this nigga is still here. Come get him, right? Because she wanted to go the fuck home. Whoever turned out the light at that daycare needs they ass whooped and fired. Because first of all, the fact that the little baby is 2 years old, even if the baby don't make a noise, you're 2 years old. I don't know where that baby would have been hiding, or you can't use the excuse that the baby was hiding, or I didn't know the little baby was still in the building. But the nigga who walked around and turned off all the fucking lights saw that little baby somewhere, even if he thought it was a baby doll, or I don't know if he looked and seen something glance real fast out of his eye. That motherfucker couldn't tell me shit. There's nothing they can tell me that lets me know he didn't see that baby, he or she, when they turn the fucking lights out.
Because just think about it, like you saying, G, you turn the lights out on a 2-year-old. What 2-year-old you know is comfortable being in the dark?
None.
What 2-year-old?
And look at that. It's dark as shit. It's dark as shit.
And what 2-year-old do you know is comfortable being left alone in that capacity? None.
Where all the kids, Shannon said she was asleep, but where would the baby be asleep that nobody would have walked past?
And nobody done seen the kid. They on cot.
And all the kids are gone. Like, all the other kids are gone. And
nobody got with the kid. Nobody to play with the kid. Left all alone. Bull. I call bull on it.
I own daycare. I own a daycare. That shit would be called Daddy Daycare 3. That's what it would be. I own that motherfucker. I own it.
I don't think retraining is the answer. Yeah,
that's definitely not the answer.
Did it though? They took
that right out of the textbook.
This is a whole restaffing situation here. This is we just need to.
We need to reorg. They need a reorg.
Yeah, reorg. There you go. Yeah.
Go everybody.
So that lady wanted to go home so bad she called my phone about 6 times. Like, come get his ass. Like, do y'all know he's still here? I'm like, no, I didn't know he was still there, but I'll come get him. So the fact that somebody saw that baby, I don't give a shit what nobody say. Damn.
They need to upgrade. Get a check-in app some type of computer or something because the book ain't working. I will not drop my kid off anywhere where there is a book up at the front and anybody and their mother can sign the kid out that y'all are looking for a familiar face. No, who is on my approved list to pick my motherfucking kid up? Not a familiar face because the kid then ran over there because that's cousin. No, who is approved to pick up my child?
Right. Exactly.
I don't play with that. If they ain't on the list, they don't get my kid.
Amen.
Well, you are tuned into the Cooley and the Gang Show live every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Mayberry is in the building. Linnea is in the building. Big G is here. But G, like, this is some weeks in a row. I think we all need to applaud. Like, G, God damn. Like, you done broke your record since we were in the basement.
I be here, Mike. Linnea, those middle fingers are always for Mike. They're not for none of y'all. They're always for Mike. I be here and I'll be on time, but Mike will leave your ass in the green room for 15 minutes. Like, I know you saw me.
He's like the little kid we just went over.
To my brother's defense.
He's speaking in the home room.
Yes, you do be leaving us in the lobby for some time though. If we not on time, or I'm not even saying necessarily on time, if we not on Mike's time, we do get set in the lobby.
Wait a minute though, and then Mayberry, check this out. I got on early enough where he hadn't even pushed the button to start the show yet, and he still made me wait a couple minutes.
Because you weren't on Mike's time. When Mike sends out the link for us to join, you have a 5-minute grace period. I'm telling you the pattern that I noticed. You have a 5-minute grace period.
4 minutes and 45 seconds. 4 minutes.
My bad. 4 minutes and 45 seconds to join.
So
if
before
you are considered late.
He used to send the link out like a minute, 1 minute before the show, right? Then he got slick and started sending the shit out 45 minutes before the show, and motherfuckers wasn't on there. So then he got slick and started sending like 5:50. He'll send it like 5:50, and I still don't get on. I'll wait till fucking 6:01 to get on from now on. Fuck him, I'll be late.
And the professor is here, despite what his name tag may say.
I want you to say what my name says, sir.
You gotta say his name. You can't say the Come on with it.
That's the ultimate setup. Just like you said about what you say about cyberbullying, that shit will be around forever. That shit will be around forever. They do it real big in Louisiana, but don't be rocking my peoples around like this at the funeral. I'm not really comfortable.
Sure, do me like yeah, that shit was dope.
Come on, man. Come on, cuz. Girl,
you said don't be rocking you around like that?
I love New Orleans now.
That's it, wake up.
I love Louisiana.
She about to come back to life.
For real. Or tumble out.
I know they ain't hold her up. He could probably hit her head on the front part of the casket.
Yo, would have been funny if the body fell out that motherfucker.
If that thing didn't popped open,
Rudy, I was thinking like Rudy, if the body had fell out, that shit would have been over. Everybody ran.
That's a good looking casket too.
It was. The casket was fly shit.
They stood her up so that you could see her on the casket. That's hot though.
So.
But colors.
If she'd have popped out, if she'd have bust a seam through that thing and popped out and just came out on the ground, then what?
We always
they just scattered like roaches. Absolutely.
Roach.
Colors though. Why we gotta do the most?
You gotta do the most. We can't just have a funeral and they sang the old Negro spirituals, the hymns. No,
they be celebrating.
We can't just hear the eyes on the sparrow. We gotta have a marching band. Somebody gotta be out there twerking and whatnot. You know, that's colors. That's what
they was rocking though. I gotta give them that.
Yeah, I want a marching band.
A marching band?
I want a marching band. I want a whole band. I need the bass. I need everybody. The whole drum line out there.
Or HBCU.
HBCU. I need a whole drum line. I
always told my mother when I die, I just put me in the ground. Like, don't buy no expensive suit. Just
what you just want your Aeropostale hoodie
listen.
on?
No, let me tell you what you can do for me. Just put me in a t-shirt. You don't even gotta put like real pants and socks and shoes and shit on. Put a t-shirt on me because you don't open the bottom half any fucking way. So I don't know if you got on pants anyway. I don't need no silk lining or no fucking pillow to put on my head. Put me in a box. It could be a fucking old news shipping box, one of those old funky crates from China. Put me in one of them. Put me in the ground. I don't need no obituary. Y'all fucking know who I was and what I did. I don't need no fucking. You're not getting no repass, so don't fucking take off from work. Drop me off. Take your punk ass home because I don't want to feed you. Ain't nobody getting no rice and chicken and string beans on me. Don't pour out no.
Not on me.
Don't pour out no liquor. Drink all that shit. I don't even need a headstone. You can put a motherfucker.
One for the homie.
No, I don't even need a headstone. Put a spike in that motherfucker, and that's where I'm at.
Whoa.
No party.
Like funeral. Your funeral gonna be like $200.
Like a minimalist.
That shit might be $30. That's all you talk about. I gotta leave. That's all I need. $30. You can get a t-shirt from. You can use one of my old t-shirts. Don't even go buy a new one. Get one out of my closet. In there.
No shave up, no nothing.
No, nigga, shape up. Shit, I need to get a shape up now. I need a shape up for. Nah. Yeah, marching bands.
Put the dirt over me and we're done.
Absolutely. I don't want nobody getting no family car. What you gotta get all these people in a limo for? You ever been to a colored funeral and everybody try to get in the family car? Now you gotta get an extra fucking limo, and then it's a big long dumb line where you procession and fuck that.
Your lights are blinking.
Yeah, I don't need none of that. Don't put me in no carriage. I don't need no carriage. Nope. I don't need no stickers. Now everybody that get in a car accident in the procession. Fuck no.
I'm gonna prop you up in the chair and we're gonna do one last
See,
show.
That's why I figured it would be a color to do some shit like that. Now I'm sitting there with some I got sunglasses on, sitting up there.
They have that.
Nah, fuck that.
No, they have that somewhere in some
right
states.
You gonna do one last show with us?
Seen some
I'm gonna put your middle finger up like this for the whole show.
That is Weekend at Bernie's.
Put me in the ground, shorty. I don't understand why we have to be like that. Just put me in the ground.
I think I'm gonna watch that tonight. Weekend at Bernie's.
They took that man every goddamn way.
And he did not decompose
at all. So you know he had to have been stinking after the second day. He did shitted on himself. You know he did shitted on himself.
Only G.
Nigga, innings just fell out.
I thought about that now as an adult, but as a child, when I watched it, I was like,
you don't even think about that kind of stuff.
Right. Because he definitely shitted on himself.
And you know what? For real, they should put all them motherfuckers in the mental hospital, yo, after that shit, yo. Like if you think about it, that shit crazy. Like they really had a dead man arm wrapped around their neck and jumping around and partying, put glasses and clothes on them and shit. Yeah, nah.
And you know they had to be white because ain't no black Rudy. If you die, I ain't changing your underwear every day just to walk around with you as a dead man. Like you got the same underwear on every day. We gonna change your pants. Nah, fuck Weekend at Bernie's.
Well, on the lines of white men that look dead but really aren't, Joe Biden has put out. Joe Biden signed a bill that will give law enforcement access to a kill switch that will be attached to all new cars in 2026.
Oh no!
The infrastructure bill by Joe Biden has given U.S. government access to a kill switch in all new vehicles from 2026. This kill switch can remotely stop any vehicle the government wants without any court authorization. I know somebody's gonna fact check this, but I just thought it just went along the whole lines of how you feeling about your vote. So I just want
so that don't surprise me. They already have car companies that have the ability to do that. So I didn't know that you can get a car and pay a weekly amount. It's not a rental. You're buying.
Shannon said it's already got it like that.
Okay. So
like,
you're buying a car.
Like leasing.
It's what it is. They don't trust you. Your credit is not that good. So
that's what Shannon just said, yo. She
good,
just said it literally that same thing, Professor.
What?
With everything you're saying, she was just yelling from the kitchen.
So your credit is not that good. So instead of them denying you, they'll go ahead and let you get the car. But what they'll do is they'll put a kill switch on it. So if you don't make the payment, you can't start that motherfucker. Wherever it's at is where it's going to stay.
That's what they call LoJack.
It might be the same type of thing.
No, LoJack is when you lose your car, they want to find it. That's how they. That's what that is. This motherfucker, they know where your car is. That shit is in the same spot where you ain't pay your rent at. Pay your shit up.
Yeah, LoJack was like
same thing.
Right. You can't take it nowhere.
Yeah.
So is this too far? Is it putting it in the hands of like law enforcement? Is this an overstep?
What's the purpose? What is this? To kill the high speed chases or something like that, or
that's how they're gonna sell it.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, how many high speed chases do we average a year?
They're gonna put spikes up anyway.
You realize that all it says is one reach further into controlling everything. That's all it says. It's just another reach. It's a small reach. It's an apparent small reach. Like they just do little shit like this to see how you take it. If you allow this to happen, then you might allow something else to happen, like the crack pipe.
The crack pen. Crack pen.
Crack pen. There you go. Crack pen. Same thing. Same thing. Like
all right, G, here you go. The U.S. Department of Transportation estimates that about 250,000 high-speed police chases occur nationally every year. About
how many?
250,000. About 6 to 8,000 result in a collision, killing around 500 people and injuring about 5,000.
What?
I don't know. That's a lot of goddamn high speed chases if you think about it.
The fuck she got going on?
That's a lot. I don't know. Is that a real number? like
I mean,
like that shit sounds made up.
Higher than what I thought it was going to be. But I mean, if you think about it, look how many people in the world. So I mean,
yeah, true, but
statistically, it probably averages out.
That's a lot. I wasn't expecting the number to be that high. I thought you was gonna say like 5 a week or something like that.
5 a week.
Well, all right. Well, 5. That ain't no. You can probably get 5 a week loan. A 5 a week loan in small
5 a
city
day
in Topeka, Kansas.
I'm thinking 5 a week. I'm thinking you gonna tell me like 5 a week, maybe. But that's a lot. Like I think that number, but that might be far fetched though.
Street chases here in Baltimore. These streets fucked up.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So right there, you can cross Baltimore off the list. So we ain't got none here.
Dude.
Shit. I don't know.
Tore up on the floor.
But that's the only way they can spend it. Like I couldn't see them wanting. Like I don't. Other than like, why the fuck would you want to kill switch my car for the police? I mean, why would the police need to do it other than for a high speed chase? And if I'm a Christian pastor, the fuck I want that on my car for? What am I running from?
You know what? This is like one of them scenarios where they just saying this is for your safety. You know, so many things are done in the name of safety and protection. They just tell you anything. We need gun control laws because it's for your safety. Gun control laws only affect people who got legal fucking guns. They don't affect people that get illegal guns.
Right.
You know,
I mean,
it's all in the name of safety. Everything, they're going to use safety as the reason why they're doing all of this stuff. And I mean, some people are going to eat it up, and then others are going to look at it like it doesn't make sense. That's the same thing with the whole conversation that they've been having for years about putting chips in children. Same type of thing. Oh, in the name of safety, we want to put chips in children just so that if something were to happen, you will always be able to find your child and such, whatever. Yeah, but they're not saying that. Also, we can find your child in the event that something happens and we want to locate them. They're not going to say that part, though. But
yeah.
Don't buy no new car. Get the old Chevy truck, old Chevy car, all metal. Build that shit up from the ground up and ride around like what was that movie, yo? Mad Max.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mad Max was the shit.
That's that. You gotta worry about that shit. Same thing. They making everything. I can't use that word on here. They'll cut us off for that word. They making everything sensitive out here. The cars, they ain't making no more V8s. Get rid of them. You gonna have to buy old stuff.
Well, I like my little car. Hopefully I get it back soon.
What you pay the bill, yo?
Nah, my goddamn transmission, they said, acting up.
You always buying lemons, yo. You gotta stop buying them from them people, yo.
No, I don't like cars. Ain't my thing, yo. Like at all, yo. Like, like I'm not a car guy. Like I mean, I like nice cars. Like I like Supercar Blondie. Like I like all that shit she show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that shit, though. Like
you don't want it.
Bill, yo.
Oh, the bill. Okay, yeah.
I don't want the bill. If you sat in front of me, let's see, if you put what's a slick ass car? I don't know, what's some slick shit, yo. If you put
like some Bugatti type shit, some Maybach shit.
Yeah, if you put a Bugatti and a Maybach in front of me and a fucking
Escort
2-bedroom apartment and said, look, you can have this. Or you show me my 2011 Altima and a house sitting on 3 acres of land and say, oh, you can have this. I want the house in the fucking 2011 Altima.
Man, that's funny. That's funny you said that. I told my homeboys the other day, I said, if I ever got any money, the first car, what I would go buy, like everybody was talking about all these fancy cars, I'm going to buy me a Honda Odyssey. I like the windows that go down in the back of the van. Yeah, I remember my parents had a Dodge Caravan, and I love that green Caravan to it died on me. But I would go buy me a Honda Odyssey only because the window in the back go down. I love that. I love that van.
If once things go great with this show and a big check come, like I'm the type of person who will buy all the old shit I wanted when I was younger. Like the van I want is Wu-Tang hopping out that fucking MPV, was the shit.
Oh, yeah,
I want a fucking MPV, so bad,
We gonna get us a Honda Odyssey. I'm telling you.
So put all y'all in the van, we just pull up on some play Wu-Tang, and just jump in the van, I want to.
We do it. We gonna do it. We gonna do it in the Honda Odyssey, yo. I'm telling you. And look, when it's time for us to get out, I can push the button and the doors slide back, and all y'all can just jump out. Y'all can jump out and shit like that. And then when it's time for us to get back in, I can push the button and the doors are closed, and then Professor can let the window down in the back and shit. Honda Odyssey, my nigga. That's what I'm getting. 2000. I'm gonna get a 2025 because I don't want that 2026 shit in my car.
Got you 1 year before. Yeah, that's been my I probably would just buy a lot of old shit that I wanted, like went out from my youth. Like that's all I want.
Get a minivan.
So I got 20 minutes. So I know Monique was in the news online this week because I guess apparently her feud with Tyler Perry is still going on. Yeah. I guess she feels like she's still. I don't know. I don't like speaking for people, so I just play it. I didn't even get to listen.
Now, when Al Sharpton heard the tape, because he heard it, he said that man is wrong, and you're like my daughter, so I'm going to have to call him up. Kevin Hart heard the tape. He said, Mo, I called him, and he said he don't want to revisit it, and I didn't push that. I was grateful that he kept his word, and he called. Our mutual friend, when I explained what was really going down, she was like, I'm not with that. Let me call him. And she called him. And he said, I don't want to revisit that. Then he called back while we were on the phone, and he said, no, I changed my mind. I will meet with Monique, but not with her husband. And then she has to apologize to me and Oprah Winfrey for saying that we had anything to do with ruining her career. Now, that was recent. So as I sit here with you and you say, wait a minute, I heard that man say he was wrong.
Yes, I did hear it.
And was going to apologize. Well, that's turned into, now I'll meet with you, not with your husband, and now you have to apologize to me. How
I
does
just
that
said,
happen?
I was just thinking that looked like a man.
And I'll tell you how. And I want to look right into the camera if I can. Oftentimes, when it comes to a Black woman speaking up and speaking out, it goes unheard until she dies. Then once she dies, then we go back and say, well, she was right, and let's make a movie about it. See, I can give you their names, Eartha Kitt. I can give you their names, Hazel Scott. I can give you their names, Fannie Lou Hamer. I can give you their names, Hattie McDaniel. All of those women took a stand. And all of those women left here heartbroken, unhealthy, looking at a community saying, y'all know I'm right, but why won't anybody say anything? People will ask me, do you dislike or do you hate Oprah and Tyler and Lee? No, let me be clear. I love those people. We love those people. My husband and I love, they're our brothers and sisters. And as my husband always say, Mama, we ain't calling nobody out. We simply calling them up to say, listen, let's make our community better by making it right, not keep running and hiding behind what you consider is your power. Now, when Al Sharpton heard the tape, because he heard it.
She lost me. I agree with what she said, but I wouldn't have used Al Sharpton. I'm not, but I get it.
So I saw the beginning. Well, I don't know if it was the beginning, but I saw the part where she explains, or she's, excuse me, telling the story of what happened.
That's what I want to know. What happened, G?
So she was saying how when Precious came out, she had done the movie. Basically, she had done the movie. She did the movie, and the budget for the movie she might have made like $50,000 for. Movie comes out, she done got paid. She did the movie. After the movie, she wasn't really pressing it because it was just like a regular little small independent type film. Movie comes out, and then she kept, she always reiterating that she'd already done the movie. So she wasn't going to the film festivals, and if the producer wanted it to go to the film festival, that was up to him to go and, parade this film around. She said she had already done the movie, so she ain't had nothing else. There was nothing else for her to do. So then, Tyler tells her, well, we need you to go to a certain festival, certain film festival. She was like, no, I'm in the house. I got my baby. She just had a baby. She's newly married and shit. She's laid up watching TV, eating potato chips in the bed. So then later on, I guess Oprah called and says, well, look, I think you need to go and go to this film festival and promote this movie. And she's like, well, nope, I'm in the house. Me and my husband, we doing this. And they all wanted her to go and do something to showcase the movie. And she was like, well, look, I've already done my part, go do whatever you want to do. And it came up where her next movie might have made, if she had done whatever they told her to do and she had went and won whatever the film festival award was, that her next movie would potentially put her into a $5 million bracket, where the next movie she would probably make close to $5 million for. Well, she didn't do it. So she never went and did it. And she felt like they didn't understand that she was, already had done the movie and she was just chilling. Like, what else do you want me to do? Like, I felt it. I felt it because I was like, well, fuck it. I've already done my job. What more do you want me to do? And from there, it goes on to whatever this Tyler Perry shit.
But didn't it go on even further? Because it wasn't, I remember we talked about this some time back where it was something with a Netflix special or something that she was potentially.
Did all that tie together?
All of that tied in together.
Because like he was just saying, and that's why I'm piggybacking off of it. It was that was supposed to be an opportunity to position her, I guess. It was supposed to open it up and position her for other opportunities. However, because she didn't do that, she missed out on something. So when it came time for this Netflix thing, they lowballed her.
Right.
They lowballed her because she didn't fulfill her obligation. And then she was talking to them because she had said, well, I don't feel like I should take that just because I'm a woman and I'm a woman of color. Y'all are paying these other men this amount. And she was trying to lean on them to give her support even from that. And it was like, no, because when we needed you to do A, you didn't do A. And when we told you if you did A, it would help you with B, you didn't listen to us either. Now you want us to kind of save you. So it was like a domino effect with that.
And she was labeled hard to work with and all that other stuff.
She was labeled hard to work with, and he blackballed her. But then he went on record saying he was wrong and he would apologize, and then he backpedaled, and he's saying, no, I'm not going to do that. And if I am going to sit down with her, her husband can't be present, and she owes us both an apology because they felt like she defamed their character, when I don't really think that she was. I think she was just telling her situation and scenario. And if defamation comes out of facts and truth, how is that wrong? If that's actually what transpired, is that defamation? I don't think so.
So she tells a story how she said Oprah had called her and said she was sending her private jet to pick her up, and she was like, "No, I'm not going. Like I'm chilling." And then Oprah got mad, and I guess Tyler Perry called her and told her she needed to get to something, and she told him no. And I guess Lee Daniels had called and said you should get there, and she told him no, and it was just a snowball effect since then.
And the thing is, if she was wrong for that, she should have fulfilled her obligation, especially if it's. But here, at the end of the day, I don't know if there was contracts to support that or not. And if she did not fulfill her like her contract, then I feel like that they have every right to say, hey, this was tied to these other deals and you didn't do that and you didn't fulfill your contract. I get that. When it comes to contracts, you have to follow your contract. And if it was not in the contract, and as she stated, I already fulfilled my obligation, how are you going to penalize this woman and then blackball another woman and a woman of color in an industry where it's already hard for us to break in?
Right.
So that's what it seems like to me, that because it's a promo run. After you do a movie, then there's usually a promo run. And I guess if it's not built into your contract, I guess it's up to you to decide, well, do I want to give the movie an extra push, or do I just want to look at it, well, I got my check, I'm just going to kind of sit back. And it seems like that's more the approach, like, well, I fulfilled my obligation contractually.
Yeah.
The rest is on you all.
Well, I feel like they didn't expect the movie to be as. Oh, go ahead.
No, G, you about to hit the nail on the head. You were right. Go ahead.
I was saying I don't think they thought the movie was gonna be that good, and then once the movie got good, now it's like, look, we got a hit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. This crack right here, this is good crack. You know what I mean? Like you done cooked up some shit that wasn't supposed to have been as good, but now
that's outside of your scope of work. That's outside of your contract. If in my contract it says I'm supposed to show up to 5 events, I'm supposed to do promo for two functions over here, and I fulfill my contract, my contractual agreement has been fulfilled, and now to G's point, it's blowing up or it's excelling, and there's these additional promos or additional things that I need to do. Do I get held accountable for that, for me not showing up? I didn't plan on that.
She said that. So I was just looking up the movie. So Precious grossed $63 million on a $10 million budget. Our girl Gabrielle Sidibe, she was only paid $30,000 for the movie.
Yeah.
Monique was paid $50,000 for her role.
Right.
She was only contractually obligated to promote the film domestically.
See?
So
I feel like that's fair for them to do that to her if she has met her agreement via her contract.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Mayberry?
I said, do you feel like that, knowing that if she fulfilled her contractual agreement, do you feel like their approach is feasible? Do you feel like it's warranted for them to blackball or leave her out of certain situations and scenarios as it relates?
Did they do the black? So did
on,
did they do the blackballing, or did just? I mean, if you
want that backing, even if they are not responsible for it. The fact here is, if there's beef, like the problem with our people is that shit should have been handled behind the scenes. The fact is that shit became public. You brought it out. If Monique did something wrong, holler at your sister and let her know, like, yo, you fucked up. This is how you should have handled it. But once you take it out, you gave the man, I'm gonna say that, the power to do this to another queen, because there should have been some support, and then they should have handled her behind the scene.
I feel like if you paid me $50,000, you'd have made $63 million. You should have been like, look, we about to get this money. We could have done this, and that, and then that would have been different. I mean, Cooley and the Gang, I make $2. Fuck that $2. I'll find $2 and change. If I show up, I show up. But if
I make
you blow,
$2.25. I just make a 25-cent more than you.
hey, I ain't mad. I got a quarter here somewhere. But I definitely feel like it should have been something different. Like, how is it that you start this whole black studio thing because you feel that black people aren't getting done this, and you turn around and do the same fucking shit that you accuse the white man of doing.
I think that I agree with G on that, because Tyler Perry is all, didn't he build something down in Atlanta? He want to show black people coming together, creating film opportunities for black people. Oprah got her own channel, its own, and it's supposed to help, give us more cultural shows where we can see people that look like us. So it's disheartening, and Dana, you are probably right. I think it is.
It was, yeah.
And I know her husband did have, but still, them not wanting him there is one thing, but then making her apologize is something totally different.
Right.
I mean, if you threw dirt on my name and you can't prove that I did anything, then don't be coming to me talking about. So if we all went our separate ways and we ain't got nothing to talk about, what you want to talk to me for? So if you want to talk to me, then I want to apologize. If I came to you and wanted to talk to you, you can set your demands. But if you want to talk to me, I want to apologize. I want you. Now, I don't need it to be public. Now, if Tyler's like, no, you got to do an Instagram live. Nah, fuck. Apology would be just good between me. You apologize to me. All right,
man, apologize. And then, you know what? If I was Monique, I would have responded back and say, all right, Tyler, I'll do that as long as you sit here as Madea.
What they're going to do is Oprah, Tyler, and Monique going to have a session. That's what they're going to do. That's why he
red table talk. They
said that's how we're going to make this right. So since you said something bad about me, here's what I'm going to do. I want you to sit down there. that's how that shit going to go. But in all seriousness, so I don't know how I came across some I can't think of the white guy's name, but maybe y'all know who he is. But this guy, they were talking about how they were trying to figure out how he makes so much money in the movie industry. And what he said was the only difference between him and whoever else was speaking, again, I can't remember who it was. He said that he shows up everywhere across the world to promote his movies. He doesn't have to do it, but he does it. He said, yo, you might see him in Paris one day and then see him over in another country another day. Like, he's doing that shit, and he's doing they said that I've seen him do signings of doing autographs all the way until the last person was there. The shit was over. He stayed there and did all these autographs and then flew out, went somewhere else and did a whole nother show that night, right? So that's one part. The other part is, all right, they only paid her to do X, Y, and Z. Was she contractually obligated? No. But I want you to look at it from the standpoint of, if you're the producer and you hire somebody and you give them a contract and say, hey, this is what we're going to pay you to do. I don't think it's going to go but so far. So I'm only going to pay you according to what I think it's going to do. So I pay you the money. Now we're looking at a buzz. It's starting to move a little differently. It's starting to bubble a little differently. So now I'm saying, hey, look, it's cool for me to go because I'm the producer, but nobody saw me. Nobody doesn't know me. Everybody is referencing you. Now, if I remember correctly, I thought Monique had a problem with that part because of how she was how she had to portray herself in that movie. And that's why I thought she didn't want to go do the
promo,
do that tour. She didn't
right, but she's, if I'm laid up in some coochie, and you want me to stop what I'm doing to go promote a movie, like, you gave me 50 grand, baby. That's all I got was 50 grand. I'm in the middle of some shit right now. I can't make it. I
get it. But the way that I understand, the way that I would look at it, if I was in, I don't even want to say I'm in Tyler Perry's scenario, because if I'm the producer of that movie, I'm looking at it like this. Here's a potential for not only you to put yourself in a better position, because that's how I'm gonna sell it, because I know you're only going to do it if it's going to benefit you. But the reality is it puts me in a better position because now you're going out, you're doing these little hands-on things that I can't do because I wasn't in the movie. You're going to do it. You go out there, you're going to make that movie that made 63 million.
But should she do that for free? Like, I think at a point that there should be adjustments. If my contract says $50,000 and I have to do these 10 things and I get 10K, these 5 things and I get 10K from each one of these things, doing all of that stuff means I have to travel. Who's covering the travel costs? That means I have to stay somewhere. Who's covering that? Then I also have to find childcare if I do have a new kid. All of those are costs. And regardless, it's just like you going to work every day and you working right now, Professor, you going to want to check. You're not going to want to sit there and help somebody else build their brand and their business on your back for free. You're going to be like, well, okay, well, where's the additional funds? If we rolling like this and we were only expected to make this, are y'all going to give me some additional money? Because this is still my time. That's her craft. That's her business. That's her brand. So she's still paid for that.
Right. And I'm in the middle of getting some ill top and I don't feel like going to the motherfucking, I don't feel like going to the Sundance, New Mexico, Topeka, Kansas fucking film festival. I'm busy.
I'm going to say this. For me, from where I stand, I personally would have gone, and all the reason why I would say I was because I'm looking for other opportunities. I'm not even thinking about that movie. That movie is done for me. In my mind, I'm thinking about what could it potentially do for me later on. That's one of the reasons why I hang out the way that I do. Not because I really want to go out and hang out. I hang out because of the opportunities that it presents, the people that I can potentially encounter when I'm out. Yeah, there you go, networking. So that's why I would have done it. Even if, let's say they paid me $50,000, and I mean, let's keep it phony. If she would have done those things, just in my thought, she wouldn't have had to pay for all of that travel. But let's just say that she did. Me, if I made $50,000, I would have paid 20 of that 50 just for the opportunity to rub elbows with different people and get on the good side of fucking Oprah and Tyler Perry. Yo, you are Monique, yo.
Because you know how you're thinking about it. You're looking at it as an opportunity to invest in yourself and further your career. She's at a place where she's like, in her mind, I done been there. In her mind, I done been there and done that, and I'm not going to do this. I'm this, and now it's backfired. And I mean, we had somebody that said something like, "It seems like what the one that Mo is the one that keeps bringing it up because that's the only." She knows that she's being blackballed. If she doesn't bring attention to the situation, the scenario, she gonna keep fading. So right now, she's trying to keep her name. She's trying to so, and this is her only storyline. So she's trying to ride the coattail of that because that's all she has. Because at the end of the day, if they are blackballing her, if she goes into hiding, she's going to be so far down that she's not going to be able to climb out. So right now, this is her only way to stay relevant, to keep her name going. Unfortunately,
yeah, I think she's gone. I don't see her come out of this because from where Oprah and Tyler stand, if she does go and apologize. If she apologizes and all of a sudden she starts getting roles, then it's going to look like that's exactly what it was. Yep. If they keep it the way that it is, then they're like, we ain't had nothing to do with it. But yeah, she did. She fucked herself. And that's, but you know what? We've seen this so many different times. Dave Chappelle brought light to it about how Hollywood blackballs people. Hollywood is a mentality. It's not the color. It just so happens that white people seem to dominate Hollywood, but now we have black people that are millionaires and billionaires, and they're going to do the same thing. You know, in another conversation.
They have to protect their brand. They had to work real hard to get the respect of the man in order to get where they are, and they're not going to have you, another colored, F that up.
Right. In another conversation, did you hear the conversation that Styles P had with 50 Cent? That Styles P blackballed him long time ago. Styles P made it so. Styles, yeah.
50 blackballed Styles or Styles blackballed 50?
No, 50 blackballed Styles.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
So you saw it?
I think I heard or saw something like that. Styles was talking about it after. I think I saw it after the verses.
He was talking about his album. He was talking about how he was trying to put his album out, and 50 told whoever they was on, no, my album is coming out I'll tell you when you can put his out. Because he was the star at the time, and that's exactly what happened. And Styles knew it. He knew that happened.
Yeah.
They was talking about, they had a conversation about Jay-Z before. The dude said that Jay-Z is really all about his own money. He don't give a fuck about nobody else. If it's something that's going on that's going to affect how he makes his money, shit, everybody else gonna have to wait. And I think Jay-Z had a conversation where he admitted to blackballing people. Man, these people been doing shit like that. It just depends on the scenario.
And prime example, it depends on who speaks up and speaks out.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people just fall by the wayside and you don't hear from them ever again because they've been blackballed to the point where they're like, I give up. I'm not even going to try no more. And then you have the Moniques of the world that they riding that Me Too movement and that whole feel and vibe. And they be like, no, I'm not going to sit back and be quiet while y'all blackball me in the industry. So it's like to speak up, speak out and stand up because you won't have a career. Not in Hollywood, you won't.
Well, I really think that in any sort of entertainment or anything you're doing business-wise, period, there's always some give and take. And it really comes. Is that nigga sleep?
Oh.
Who?
You thought G was
sleep?
Yeah.
I did
No,
too.
nigga, I was just talking.
Somebody supervisor. Talking about some, is that nigga sleeping?
Wait a minute.
Really, you not by yourself. I thought that too for 2 seconds, and then I saw him turn his head. I said, all right. Yeah.
I was just fucking talking. And he asked if I went to sleep.
Look, people do it all the time. They will have a whole conversation and jump right into a snore.
Yes.
No, I ain't sleep. Fuck you, Mike.
In his eyes.
In anything you do, you know, you're going to get out what you put in. And I feel Monique is by this point with Precious, she was a veteran actress. Like she wasn't new to the game.
At that
So
time.
I can see in her mind how she feels like,
I made
yeah. And like Vance said, the budget, like $50,000 to do that movie. It does seem like it may have been some sort of favor for a favor thing, like a discount. It does seem like there was a discount involved. And I'm sure
Who knew Precious before that movie? Who knew that girl?
That was after the
Nobody.
They paid her $30K. So you think Monique, who's had the Parkers, Queens of Comedy, who's known, got 50, so $20K more.
And then
that
Mariah
was definitely a favor.
That ain't shit. So before
I can see why she wouldn't go.
Yeah,
50,
I'm not going to do
basically just
anything
her,
additional unless y'all coming up off some money because that little 50,000, I know that ain't what that cover for her. Especially we don't know the taxes on that shit. So what did that cover for her and the lifestyle that she's living in comparison to a new actress who's never been in the game before that gets $20K less than her? She did what she was paid to do.
Right.
So I think for me, I'm kind of different because I expect black people to look out for other black people. So with that being said, did you see my man Brian Flores for the Miami Dolphins? He talked all that shit about the NFL. I swore me down my man would never get another fucking job again. My man went to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin, another black head coach. I'm not saying he got my man the job, but way to go for black looking out for another color because that motherfucker was probably never supposed to coach football again. And
the Rooney's is all about us.
Yeah, so and I feel like in the situation with Monique, I feel like even if Tyler Perry and them felt some kind of way, you got to look out for each other. That is definitely a discount to make $50,000 for a movie that made $63 million and shit. I don't give a fuck if it went over the projected budget or not, or you didn't think it was gonna do this and it didn't do that. But that shit did numbers, and you definitely should have looked out for that lady.
They should have looked out for her and came up off a coin or two, or they should have had a conversation with her behind the scene. Like that was messed up. We need you to be present for this. But the blackballing and not creating an opportunity for another person of color.
Yeah, give me my ball. They took their ball and went home. You raggedy bitch.
All right, well, let's get some final thoughts so we can roll about here.
That's the end of that now.
Right there, raggedy.
Linnea, final thoughts on anything that we discussed tonight.
Man, God put opportunities for a reason. So regardless if you're relevant or not, this could be a life-changing opportunity. So just treat it as that. Treat it as a new adventure. Even if you feel like you're an old dog in the game, just go. It'll work. It'll work out somehow, some way.
There you go.
G. Oh, I I'll never have no final thought, because then I'll be thinking about this shit later on, and then I'll call your phone and you don't answer the goddamn phone when I got some shit I should have said that I didn't say on the show, and then I'll send you a text and then you don't respond to the text till tomorrow. And then I done forgot what the fuck I was talking about. So yeah, fuck the final thought. I ain't got none.
Maybe.
But keep your phone on. Keep your phone on, because I might call you.
It's all. I turned my ring on tonight.
Bitch.
Mine would be just based off of the last story that we had. Is support each other. Like, I appreciate it, and I know I said this a second ago. Like, this is a podcast. This is the Cooley and the Gang, but everybody's doing different things. So it feels good to have the support of like my brothers, my sisters, on this platform supporting what I do. So support each other. We've had other people that have come on our show that's also generated podcasts that we know that we've come up with. So it's nothing wrong with stop looking at situations in a negative aspect and look at, hey, another brother, another sister is coming up, and let's help elevate each other. If you see somebody that they need a little support, don't hesitate to lend a hand. Don't hesitate to be supportive. I think it's necessary because we can all win. It's room at every table for all of us to sit down and eat. So just be supportive. And you can also be supportive. Your girl is on, at a Blazing Radio tomorrow on Wednesday, 7 to 9.
It's interesting.
Please come. We talk about all different kinds of things, but we talk about majority arts and entertainment is music. So definitely, as I stated, support. So check me out on a Blazing Radio. Follow me at Talk That Slick or I Am Mayberry. There you go.
So y'all remember it took us a long time to find Mayberry a nickname?
I was sitting back the other day trying to figure out how and when that name came up.
We went with May. We had May, and we had all kind of shit. We was making up shit for like the first week and a half. Mayberry.
I don't remember how we came up with that, or if she brought it to the table.
I like May. I like May.
Mayberry. I changed my name on IG, and that's where it came from. But it was always but G always called me May.
Yeah, May.
Yeah,
because she didn't want to use her real name because of Mike.
Because of Mike. Professor.
May is my real name.
But I'm saying Mike. Remember, Mike had everybody. He had everybody's real name on his shit for a minute. Everybody's real name was on the bump.
The bone out of his neck. We don't do that.
I think I had first and last name. But
Oh no, you have people's government's name.
Yes, the whole name on that motherfucker.
Professor, final thoughts, my brother.
Oh no.
Chicken and waffles is not an adequate brunch meal.
Oh, CIAA, you about to get all that shit. So you about to get chicken tenders and waffles and chicken thighs with Eggo waffles. You about to get all kind of shit for CIAA brunch, baby. They're gonna have a fruit. They got a fruit plant out there with motherfucking honeydew and cantaloupe. That's it.
Honeydew
and king syrup on it. And shit.
Yeah, buddy. Woo.
So the only thing I have is continue to try to educate yourself. Same thing I always say. You gotta read. Make sure you grab a book or two. That's important. Whatever's important to you, make sure you hold on to it. I'm reading something right now that I swear to you is an awesome book. If you're interested in trying to learn about the meaning of love, then you'll like the book, or Black Love rather. That's what it's about. It's called All About Love by Ben Bell Hooks.
Do you have it?
Huh?
You have it near you?
Yeah, Bell Hooks.
I'm going to say put it up. Oh, okay. Move it over a little bit.
Okay. There you go.
Mike trying to wrap this shit up. Mike to put the wrap it up music on.
He put on a slow jam. Like,
that's really music when he talk about love and shit. That's really the professor talking love now.
Oh shit.
We're talking with the professor.
It's,
The love doc.
It's an awesome book, man. I swear to you, I've learned a lot, and just in short, I've learned just from reading the first 3 chapters that I really have actually never loved anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you think it'll help you date better?
Yeah, it does. It will. It definitely will.
We need to try to see if we can find the author.
We should do a book. Why can't we do like we should do like a book club and shit?
Yeah, me and a young lady started. Well, she started one, and we discussed this book the other day.
Oh, nigga, I like to read too. I'm saying, you know what I mean? I don't just look at the pictures. I
Now look at the pictures. What in the elementary school is going on here?
Yeah, y'all be keeping all the good information to yourself and shit, and then come on here and want to tell a motherfucker.
Why you don't let nobody else know about the little book club? People like reading.
I'll put it in the group joint, and I'll tell you when we're gonna meet again. I'll tell you when we're gonna meet again, because, like, I swear to you, the book is good. It's a lot of information. And again, just something for you to think about. I put up a post a week or two ago, and I put up love versus something called cathexis. It's CATHEXI, I think it is. Cathexis. And for real, most of us really haven't really experienced love. Most of us have been obsessed with people. That's really what that shit is. You have an obsession. That's most of the scenarios that I've encountered. What it really is, yo. It wasn't love. And the more I think about it, and the more I try to evolve in my understanding, I just realized that you got to do shit differently, man. You got to have a better understanding of love, yo. You just have to.
Here it is.
Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah.
All right, Mike, come with your bullshit.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna drop that information. You're gonna drop the book and the next meeting.
Yep.
In the text.
All right.
Shit, we 3 chapters behind.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
All right. I kind of want to piggyback on what Mayberry said. The support, even if it's a day that I can't watch Mayberry's show, it don't take me but a couple seconds to hit that button to share it, because if I can't watch it, somebody else can, and that's something that Shannon stresses and I stress. Sharing is free. It's a wide world web. We share all this other shit about the baby and shit we ain't got nothing to do about. Like, sharing don't cost a thing. If it's somebody you want to support, like and it's quick, just a quick push of a button. So, like, even if I can't, I know a lot of people that do podcasts and I can't watch them all, but I hit the share button because it didn't hurt me, it didn't cost me anything, and it's my way of giving a nod to that person and say, hey, I'm right here with you and I support you. So just kind of take that into consideration. Don't forget the CIAA, baby. It's CIAA, baby. Hey, where you at, G? Come on, G.
You better say that gunfire shit. Shoot the gun 30 times for me.
It is CIAA.
Hey, Cooley, are we gonna do like a come together where we can at least get a CNCG like photo with some shit? Because we haven't had one in a month of Sundays.
Yes. So
all right.
Friday, DJ Dynasty is out in Gambrills. I don't know if I'm gonna go to Gambrills, but it's a cigar lounge. It's the Greek takeover, and the Greeks, they always make me nervous because if you get in the middle of the line, they be ready to fuck you up. But then Friday day party, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. tournament weekend. LB and Steve got DJ SNS. I definitely will be there. Then Saturday night, like we said, DJ Tim Nice. He's got the abstract 90s hip hop and B-sides, retro video game tournaments, curated drinks at the Wonderfly Arena in Arbutus. Definitely gonna go mess with my guy out there. And then DJ Dynasty is also going to be at 322 West Baltimore Street. Hookah cigar VIP tables available. This is a $50 open bar party. So if you cigar smoker, you like your hookah and all that, come on out. Get with my guys this week for CIAA. Show them some love and support. And guess what? That's it. That's all.
Yo.
All
We
right.
done. We done, son. I'll see y'all this weekend. Be safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. What you say, man?
I was going with Linnea. She did the hand. I was like, period. Like, we done.
That's right. So everybody be safe.
Stay,
Professor,
please.
I like mint on my pillow and waffles in the morning.
Yeah, see? Now he about to go in there and rub his balls on your pillow and you going to sleep.
Not the tea bags.
You're about to go. You'll go get some Irish Spring and teabag your pillows.
That's all right. I'm gonna let Carlos teabag the pillow first.
Shit. You'll go wake up with pink eye like a motherfucker.
All right,
Not conjunctivitis.
Y'all be safe, and we are out of here. Cooley.
Adios.
I say.
That.